Mobile games. These are video games that are played mobilely, hence the name. Mobile game. It all started with the game of Tetris, which found a home on the, I don't know how to pronounce this. This is not a device of my time, so I have no idea how to say it.
Haganuk MT2000.
A mobile phone that was released in 1994. In 1998, Nokia released the Nokia 6110, which had 3 games pre-installed: Memory, Logic, and Snake. And then other stuff happened between those years until 2008. The App Store launched, giving the opportunity for more games to be played mobilely. The mobile game industry exploded. You got games like Fruit Ninja, Jetpack Override, Temple Run, Subway Surfers, Pokemon Go. I don't know. That's the only mobile game I can think of that was released mid 2010s. Oh, what's that game from it's like from 2017 or 18? It had a boy. It was an RPG. It's now gone. I don't know what it's called, but that's a game from the late 2010s. But out of all of the mobile games I have played as a kid, there's this one that has been captured into my heart. I don't think I said that correctly. And that game is Angry Birds Stella, because the pink bird had her own game. You, the viewer, are you aware of this game? No? Well, I'm going to assume that you said no because you clicked on this video, so that means you have to watch me talk about Angry Birds Stella. A game that I played like 10 years ago. Oh god. Just in case there are some of you who are watching this video who have no idea what Angry Birds is about, let me give you a crash course on these the wonderful world of these please avifaunas. That is the stupidest thing I just said. In December of 2009, Rovio released Angry Birds, a game about birds who are angry because pigs stole their eggs. This flock of colorful birds go out to search for the eggs by using a slingshot that launches them into piggy structures. When launched, you can activate the bird's ability by tapping the screen. Everyone has their own special ability. So these birds, these are what I consider the original Angry Birds. There are also a ton of pigs, too much to talk about. Yeah, that's all I got. This was just the basic stuff, you know. Maybe there's like more lore into the classic Angry Birds, but that's not what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to be talking about Stella. I feel like the things that I'm going to be talking about with Angry Birds Stella is pretty basic level stuff, so you might learn something, you may not. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about it now. Cut away to me! On February 13, 2014, Rovio announced that they'll be releasing a second spin-off to the Angry Birds series called Angry Birds Stella, alongside an animated television show and Telepods. And if you don't know what Telepods are or what they do, here is a video of a woman explaining what they are better than I ever could.
So the way that Telepods work, each character will have a tiny code on the bottom that's unique to that character. We'll be able to put the character on top of the Telepod base, which has a magnifier on the bottom, and you place the base right on top of the front-facing camera of your smart device, and the camera is able to read the magnified code and teleport this figure into the app for a digital gameplay experience. They're made for girls ages 6 to 9.
I got the Telepods a few months before the game was released. They're pretty cool, but they require Wi-Fi. 7 months later, on September 4th, Angry Birds Stella was released. I remember going on McDonald's that day because we didn't have Wi-Fi. Do you understand my disappointment? Classic Angry Birds is fun, but Stella, oh my goodness, that was more fun. It's still the same game, but look at this! See, look, there's one with a hat. She's my favorite because she has a hat. I do like Stella better. The reasons why I like it better is because the story! Classic Angry Birds is where the pigs stole the eggs and the birds get angry and hunt them down. But Angry Birds Stella, that's about the power of friendship and betrayal. Stella arrives at Golden Island. She has a backpack, a map, a photo album, and a cool house. Like a bird house because she's a bird. Gail, her ex-best friend, arrives in a giant flying ship with her piggy minions. Gail orders one of the pigs to go steal Stella's backpack and photo album. The pig crashes through the roof of her house and steals Stella's belongings. Of course, she becomes angry because she's an angry bird, and chases after them. Along the way, Stella meets up with her other best friends and they all set out to stop Gail from stealing more stuff from Golden Island. The new characters! Angry Birds Stella introduces 6 new birds, which I found so exciting. Stella, the title character. She can bounce off objects. Willow, she does art. She is shy and wears a hat. I wrote these at like 4 a.m. Willow can turn into a saw and break through wood and glass. This is my favorite Angry Bird because she is painting and she likes to draw. She has hat. I wear hat. These characters are relatable. Luca, he's a baby. Luca can scream and break glass. Poppy, she is loud, obnoxious, a prankster, and can play drums. I want to play drums. Poopy can spin very fast, drill into objects, easily breaking through wood and glass. Dahlia, she is smart. Ow, I just hit my... Okay. She is smart and she is a scientist. I want 2 scientists. Her ability is to teleport. Gail, she is the bad guy and she is oh... Am I crying? Okay, my eyes are wet. Gail's ability is that you have to paint a line on the screen and she'll destroy everything in the area painted. The art. Ever since I've seen the teaser posters and the art that was released before the game was released, I was freaking hooked. Look at all these cool posters. I wanted to tape these onto my wall if I knew how to do that at the time. I'm not sure if these were sold physically. If they were, I freaking missed it. The music. So every time I hear the Angry Birds Stella music, I get very happy. I don't know why I did that. Collecting photographs and dressing up. As you progress through the game and earn more stars, you'll be able to unlock photographs of the characters and use new outfits. These photographs will appear in the photo album. Alternatively, you can use the telepods to unlock these photos right away. You'll need Wi-Fi on your device just to make sure you know that. I just like how you can dress them up in cute outfits because it's pretty cool. You can mix and match what they can wear. Very nice. I'm biased. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to add to that. You can criticize the game as much as you want, but I'll always like it. Angry Birds Stella only had 2 chapters in the game. Chapter 1 was about establishing the story, meeting the characters, and learning the mechanics of the game. Chapter 2 begins at a beach with a pig capturing clams, which makes Stella and her friends angry because they're angry birds. There are more items and objects that are introduced. Chapter 3, that never came out. There was a sign on the cave that said coming soon, and a cutscene leading to Chapter 3. Well, guess what? It never came. It came never. The second game that was released under the Angry Birds Stella series was called Angry Birds Stella Pop, which is not the name to that game anymore. It's just called Angry Birds Pop, and I find that very disrespectful. This game was released on December 22, 2014 on the Canadian App Store and released worldwide on March 12, 2015. Pop is still available to play, so I downloaded it and I played it. The first thing I hear... It's not her game anymore, just remove it. The gameplay, it's a bubble shooter, but it features Angry Birds and the pigs. There's also boosters, level types, stuff that you'd expect from a mobile game. Last time I played Pop was in 2016, I think, and it had around like 400 levels at the time. Now there are over 3,000 levels. I stopped playing at level 40 because, I don't know, I'm not really that into the game anymore, so yeah. First airing on September 27, 2014, and ending on March 11, 2016, the animated series had 2 seasons with a total of 26 episodes. 13 in both seasons, 6 minutes, released every Saturday. It was one of the things I was looking forward to on the weekend. When it ended, I didn't know what to do. I guess I'll just sit. I wanted to rewatch these episodes, but I wanted to do it the way I used to watch it. Watching it on that's not what's it called. Watching it on the Angry Birds Toons website. Well, it turns out that website doesn't exist anymore. It hasn't existed since 2017. I did find an archive of the site, but I tried playing the videos and it didn't work, so I guess I have to watch it on YouTube. That's pretty lame. Now, what is the show about? Well, I'm gonna be telling you that by memory because I think it's funnier that way. Okay, here we go. I forgot! Oh my god! The first episode starts with Stella waking up and jumping out of the tree, and then she greets her friends, and then Gail, she didn't wake up. They pamper her because she's like a mean prince. No, it's not a mean prince. This is not funny. Entitled, that's the word. She's entitled, and then they pamper her, and then they go for a hike, and then they get into an argument, and then they split paths. And then she walks into the woods, she finds a crown, and then she leaves because the pigs there started worshipping her. And then she went with the pigs anyway. So then there are episodes about, what happens in the life of Stella and her friends. And then there's like some lore that happens where Gail tries to find the golden egg, which is an egg that can turn anything into gold. But the consequences of that is that if you turn something to gold, there'll be something that will turn into stone. So then she she kept turning everything into gold, and then the whole entire island is stone. So then Stella and her friends, they go and get the egg, and then they throw it into the ocean because so they throw it. No, I went too far. I need to go back. They were fighting over the egg, and then Stella turns Gail into a gold, and then turns her back into her, and then she doesn't want to have the egg anymore, and then they throw it into the ocean. My favorite episode is the episode with a willow painting, because I like her. She has a cool hat. So I don't think I explained that correctly, but if you want to watch the episodes for yourself, they're on YouTube. The episodes are 6 minutes long. I think I already said that. The animated series, it's meant for kids, so don't expect like violence or something. Also, they don't really speak languages. They just make noises. I think they do actually say some actual words like hey! Hey! Hey, Ami! That means French for friend. Maybe they're speaking like Minion or something. I still like the show. It makes me giggle sometimes. The plot though, it's kind of predictable. It's a children's show. Oh my god. But it's okay. It's just silly fun. Oh, and some episodes are also like heart-wrenching, wrench. They hurt. Betrayal. That hurts. I think another reason why I like the show is because of the introductory videos that Rovio posted before the game was released. I still get an exciting feeling when I watch them, and I have a theory that Angry Birds Stella is rooted in my limbic system. I'm not sure if that's the right word. July 13, 2015. There was an announcement that the Angry Birds Stella series would be discontinued. The game was officially dead. Oh my god! I don't know how to act. And then on October 18, 2016, the game was officially removed from the App Store. This was my face when I saw that. Unlike the animated show, the Angry Birds Stella game was left on a cliffhanger. Like, what happened? What did they do? Did they become friends with Gail again? Did they not? Did they kill her? I really want to get into that cave. I dedicated a bunch of my time to Stella. I've drawn the characters. I played the games. I've watched every single media stuff on it. I paid money. So yeah, Rovio, what the heck? I know it's been like a decade, but I can't let it go. I can, but I won't. I shall not. Well, looks like I spoke too soon. It turns out that there is an ending to Angry Birds Stella. So Rovio, they released a comic online for the 15th anniversary of Angry Birds. The second volume and the second story. It's called Stella's... I didn't mean for my voice to go that high. Stella's Golden Goodbye. It is an epilogue to the Angry Birds Stella series. Oh my god. This was released back in January. Stella's Golden Goodbye is about Stella returning to Golden Island and exploring what remains on it. There's this part where Stella falls down a hole, which I believe is the same hole from the one episode of Angry Birds Stella. Season 1, episode 6, All That Glitters. See, I know my Stella knowledge. Also, this comic confirms that Angry Birds Stella is a prequel. I've always assumed that it was a sequel, like Stella leaves... does this comic give me any closure? No? I need to know what happens in that stupid cave. Like, oh my god, why? On the topic of comics, did you know that there was another comic and a manga that were released during the period where Stella was still alive? I didn't know about the manga. Stella, Nana, and the Magic English Words by Hiyoko I can't read. Hiyoko Hatano. That's not that hard to pronounce. Hatano. I got it mixed up. This was a manga series that was published in October of 2014 in a monthly manga magazine, Nakayoshi. The story is about a girl named Nana. Her parents get a job in another country, so Nana moves to a foreign school called Glittery Egg School. She isn't able to make friends because she doesn't know how to speak English. One day, Nana meets Stella, who tells her to collect English word cards to save the school, and also helps Stella to stop Gale from taking over Golden Island. I really love the artwork. It's cute. Look at Luca. That's cute. So cute. Look at him. Also, I like how if you're a Japanese speaker, you can learn some English phrases with the manga, so that's pretty cool. Now, the other comic was published by Lombard and is a collection of stories featuring different art styles, which I like. So I'm not sure if you noticed this, but I really like art. I mentioned art a few times during this. The first volume was released in France in 2015 and later released in Czech, Dutch, Spanish, and German. Bienvenue à la journée à... I don't know what that means. Je suis désolé, Willow. So what I gathered from what I read, I need to read it again, I forgot. So Stella is saying, welcome, but I don't know what this word is, so I don't really know what she's welcoming them for. Then Gale is asking if she could play. And then... I don't know. There were also novels, did you know that? They're called Angry Birds Stella Diaries, which if you didn't get by the title, these are the diaries of the Angry Birds Stella characters. I wanted these too. These books were released in 2014 and they have pictures in them. Look, it's more art. There are approximately 100 pages with each book. One of the pages of the Willow Diary says she loves art, the outdoors, and hats. I like her hat. I heart hats. Wow, that is so cool. Finally, this is something I want to throw in. On April 1st, 2015, Rovio released a trailer to Angry Birds. I think that's how you say it. Angry Birds. Because agriculture, I guess. Okay. A visual novel game that was actually in development at the time, but eventually cancelled. I've always thought that this was just an April Fool's joke. I never thought that they were gonna do something with this. I wish this was real, because look, you get your own farm, you can shoot things, there's also a love story. You can also play Five Nights at Freddy's, and that's all in one game. Also, you can do this dress-up thing, which I don't know. I am mentioning Angry Birds because Gale is in it. And also Stella and Gale are in a relationship and they're both from Angry Birds Stella, so this video is about Angry Birds Stella, so I don't know. I just remembered about this game when I was doing this video, so it just popped into my head. So, that's it. Did you learn anything about Stella? If not, well, thanks for watching anyway. So I did try finding the telepods, but I could not find them. I have no idea where they went. Maybe they ran away. But I did find this Valentine's Day card saying looking cute. Thanks.